Imagine feeling like something is seriously wrong with your health and no one knows what it is or how to fix it. That's the reality for people with a rare autoimmune disease known as brain on fire. You can be completely normal one day and having hallucinations the next. Right now, there's no FDA-approved treatment, but a group of researchers at the University of Utah are now working to change that.
Life is like a movie.
Dear Amalia. I think she knew something was going to happen.
You're the director, but you don't always get to write your own ending. No one knows that better than Amalia Romero. Her whole life changed after her 21st birthday. Just like the popular Netflix movie, Brain on Fire.
My head hurts, my stomach hurts, and my hands numb. And I've never felt this before.
It's based on a true story of a writer for the New York Post who was sick and constantly misdiagnosed.
One is saying bipolar, next one is saying schizophrenic, then they're saying psychotic.
It wasn't until a doctor's last-minute intervention led to a diagnosis and gave her a chance to rebuild her life.
I promise you, I'm going to do everything I can to find you.
That's what doctors at the University of Utah Hospital are trying to do for Amalia.
I'm like the most awfulest person in the world who did not see these signs. But then when I watched the movie and learned about the other lady who had experienced the same symptoms, I felt relief.
Amalia went from being a healthy, active woman who loves to dance to being extremely paranoid and hearing voices in her head.
She felt like there was something really wrong with her, but she couldn't describe what it was.
So how did it begin?
She was getting really bad headaches. She was complaining to me about taking ibuprofen and Tylenol and them not going away.
Back in August, she woke up in a panic and asked her sister to drive her to urgent care.
The doctor said, oh, just go home, take a couple ibuprofens and a Claritin.
Less than 12 hours after that visit, she started hallucinating.
She was talking to a friend on the phone, and I was like, who are you talking to at 3:30 in the morning? Like, all the lights in the house were on.
But she quickly got worse and became trapped in her own mind.
She literally thought she was dying. That's why she's packing for heaven.
They rushed her to an emergency room in Boise, Idaho, where she lives, and they ran a number of tests and scans.
She did have IVs in her arm, and she ripped those out and left.
She jumped up out of the bed, ripped them out, and said, I'm out of here.
She was lost, scared, and losing time.
She was screaming her head off. Ah! Like screaming at the top of her lungs.
So Amalia made a run for it.
Security guard just immediately, and she just sits down on the floor, huddles up like this, and they basically have to pick her up, take her to her bed.
She started having seizures, which impacted her breathing. That's why doctors decided to put her in a coma.
Then they had to intubate her. And since that day, she has not woken up.
They went from watching their daughter travel the world to losing control of her own body, screaming to get out.
Amalia had, in her kind of confusion, wrote a goodbye letter. Thank you, Grandma Dorothy, we'll see you in September. And that's when Grandma saw her for the first time.
Grandma Dorothy lives in Utah. When Amalia wrote that goodbye letter, she had no way of knowing she'd have to come here too. Amalia is currently being treated for a rare brain disorder at the U.
NMDA receptor encephalitis, we say sort of casually, is like 1 in a million, but it may not be that far off. It's quite rare.
This disease typically affects young women who are oftentimes misdiagnosed, with many doctors blaming mental health or schizophrenia.
You don't have the luxury of time to get the diagnosis because you go from healthy to severely ill, very often in the intensive care unit ill, within days to weeks.
But it helps knowing a team of researchers right here at home are leading a nationwide clinical trial that hopefully one day will find a treatment that's FDA approved.
I'm so tired of saying we think and maybe. I want data. I want to be able to say we studied this and we know that when you present like your loved one, this is the right thing to do.
For the Romero family, they're staying hopeful their daughter will help them find answers and possibly save lives.
As Amalia continues fighting for her life, her medical bills, of course, continue to stack up. Her family set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for this unexpected expense. So if you want to donate, we do have a link on our website at abc4.com. And I do want to mention, as I was working on the story, Matt, I actually got good news from her dad. Apparently, she was taken out of the ICU, so she's been in that coma for months now at the University of Utah, but that's progress. I think they're going to take what they can get, especially because they don't know when she's going to wake up.
Right.
It could take a year, it could be less, more, they don't know because it's such a rare disease.
It is so scary for that family, what they're going through, because this is something that not many people have at all, and so it's all very new to them, and there's not a lot of cures or an answer to fix it. And so it's kind of just a waiting game, I imagine, for that family, but at least they're trying anything they can to get her back on track and hopefully healthy once again.
And they're lucky to be here in Utah. They have a team of researchers really leading the charge here. So they're hopeful, and so are we here on Good Morning Utah.